So far, we've seen what angles are. We've seen two different ways to measure them, degrees and radians. Both of them are useful in their own way. And since both are useful in practice, you'll need to know how to convert between the two. In order to convert between the two, you think of, even though we said that radians are unitless measurements, think of radians as a unit of measurement. And we'll think of degrees as a unit of measurement. And if you've ever done conversion in some science class where you had to convert from one unit to another, then the conversion works the exact same as it does in the science classes. Let me show you an example. Let's say we wanted to take 10 degrees and we wanted to convert it to radians. Well, what we'll do is we'll multiply this. We'll put the degrees in the denominator and the radians in the numerator, and the degrees will end up canceling. And all we'll be left with is radians. So all we need to do is fill in how many radians are, or how many degrees are in a radian. And in order to do that, we'll look at this statement here that 2 pi radians is 360 degrees, or in other words, you can divide both sides by 2 and you get that pi radians is equal to 180 degrees. And so we'll fill in 180 degrees in the denominator, we'll fill in pi radians in the numerator, and now 10 divided by 180, that's just 18, so 10 degrees would be the same thing as pi over 18 radians. And that's all there is to it. You just need to make sure that whatever is here matches the denominator of whatever is here. So for example, if you wanted to convert, let's say, pi over 6 radians to degrees, we already know that this is 30 degrees, but why not use this as an example problem? So we'll multiply by a fraction. We'll put radians in the denominator. We'll put degrees in the numerator. And we know that there's pi radians and 180 degrees. So this is pi over 6 times 180 over pi. Pi divided by pi is 1. And so all we're left with is, oh, and also the radians cancel. And so all we're left with is 180 over 6 degrees, or we can use the degree symbol here. And 180 divided by 6, that's 30 degrees. So at the end of the day, to convert between the two, you are multiplying either by pi over 180 or 180 over pi. And the way that you can make sure you multiply by the right thing is make sure that the units cancel. So if you want to convert from degrees to radians, make sure degrees is in the denominator so that you get cancellation. And if you want to convert from radians to degrees, make sure radians is in the denominator so the radians cancel.